Donald Trump just got humiliated again. He was booed at Yankee Stadium so loud you'd think the crowd just found out concessions ran out of beer. And when he finally had a chance to say something meaningful about Charlie Kirk, his so-called ally, Trump's response was so bizarre, so out of touch, that even Fox News didn't know how to spin it. And wait until you see how his kids managed to make it all even worse. Here's what just happened. Trump gets introduced at Yankee Stadium. And normally when they announce someone, say a player, a celebrity, you get polite applause, maybe even a cheer. That's what appreciation sounds like. Now here's Trump. Instant boos, sarcastic applause. Oof. That's not a crowd saying 4 more years. That's a crowd saying 4 more beers. And that humiliation came on the same day Trump was asked about Charlie Kirk's shooting. Instead of showing basic empathy or even pretending to care, Trump launched into ballroom construction. I'm not kidding. A reporter asks how he's holding up after Charlie Kirk's death. Trump says, "I think good. By the way, they just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House." Yes, you heard that right. Asked about a man who was just murdered, Trump's first instinct is to brag about a ballroom. Not condolences, not compassion, a ballroom. It's like if someone asked you about your grandmother's funeral and you responded, "Doing great, actually. I just got a new toaster oven." And while Trump was fumbling empathy, Don Jr. was on Fox News delivering his usual greatest hits. Violence is only coming from Democrats. Antifa is basically fascist. And my personal favorite, the radicals on the left are the problem. Which would be fascinating if not for one tiny detail. The alleged shooter of Charlie Kirk, a far-right extremist. But here's where it gets even wilder. Fox tried to give Trump a layup. They literally spoon-fed him a question. Mr. President, there's violence on both sides, right? How do we fix this? And what does Trump do? He doubles down saying, the radicals on the right don't want crime, don't want shootings. The radicals on the left are vicious and horrible. Translation, the radicals who actually killed my friend? Good people, worried about the border. That's the twist. Trump can't even bring himself to condemn right-wing violence because in his head there's no such thing. And just when you think it can't get more shameless, here comes Eric Trump. The man somehow found a way to turn Charlie Kirk's death into a book promo. Eric Trump went on air and announced he's donating a portion of his crypto billionaire book profits to Turning Point USA. That's not generosity, that's a coupon. Imagine your house burns down and your neighbor says, "Don't worry, I'll give you 10% off my lemonade stand." These people will monetize anything. Grief, tragedy, doesn't matter. It's always a grift, always. And here's the big picture. Trump gets booed in stadiums. He can't fake empathy when his allies are killed. His kids exploit tragedy for profit. And through it all, they project their own violence, corruption, and soullessness onto everyone else. It's getting worse. And here's why. Because this movement has no bottom. If you think that was wild, wait until you see what Trump said just last week. It's even more unhinged. Click right here to watch that video. And if you're new, hit subscribe because I'll keep calling out every lie, every grift, and every humiliation. See you in the next one.